Hey, what's up, YouTube? Digital Soul here. Psh. And, it's just amazing to see how things change over time. It's just like things that I see now, I would have never thought that I would have seen in my lifetime, and especially so quickly, man. I guess that's why this one's titled, And Here Come the Video.
One more time, one more time, one more time, one more time.
Back in the day, we didn't even have two ways or texting or anything like that. We had pagers, beepers. And what we would do is we would use like 2 for ABC, 3 for DEF, and we would type in messages to each other that way, sometimes to avoid just the phone call. And you would have to sit there and encrypt your message, man, and try to decipher it. It was cool, man. We used to have fun. But you guys should be thankful, man, because we didn't have that back in the day. Back in the day, man, cell phones used to be this big brick with an antenna that people used to carry around, and what's considered small now was considered microscopic back in the day, man, because it just would have been unthought of, unheard of. I remember one time walking up to the cell phone booth and trying to buy like a cell phone, that wasn't a car phone, and they tried to sell me one that was in a bag, man. You opened it up and it looked like it had a rotary and everything in it, man. It's crazy, because we didn't have that kind of little iPhones and touch screens and all that stuff back in the day. Back in the day, man, we had Pong and the Atari. You had a joystick with one button that you held in your hand, and you seriously got some hand cramping going on. Now, nowadays, we got like 20 buttons trying to figure out which one to push, and I'm still keeping up, man. I still got it going on. I'm just trying to say that you think you got a hand cramp now. Imagine just a little hand cramp from one button back in the day, man. Go back, Atari box, and you know what I'm talking about, man. Hand cramping. Because we didn't have what you guys had like we had back in the day. Man, people got these little tiny little thin little laptops walking around connecting to the internet anywhere they want to go. Man, back in the day, computers used to take up whole rooms, man. And a home computer was unthought of back in my day, man. I'm just trying to say that an Apple IIc was the first thing that I ever touched in high school. And little games on a green screen where everything was green and you're running around with this little pixelated Conan the Barbarian was something I used to play. Or the Olympic diving or something, man. It was terrible. And to get a colored computer was like, whoa, because your guy could be like almost flesh tone little squares, you know what I'm saying? Computers, man. You guys are lucky that you didn't have what we had back in the day. Man, nowadays cars, hybrids, things like that, mainly made out of fiberglass, saving gas money. Thank God that gas prices went down, man, because back in the day, we used to pay like nothing for gas. You could fill up your tank on $10. Nowadays, man, thankfully it's gone back down, but that ain't what I'm talking about. Cars, man, cars so tiny what they are now. But back in the day, we had big steel car, big, giant cars that can like probably go through a wall or something, man. Didn't need an airbag because you put that seatbelt on, man. You weren't moving. Car would flip over, you'd be all right. Because that's what we had back in the day, steel. Meals are so easy to cook now, man. You could just grab something, pop it in the microwave where they make all this stuff where you could just heat it up real fast, man. Back in my day, dinner always took half hour, 45 minutes, man, because, we had like Jiffy patties or something, but, it was still big frozen meal because there wasn't a microwave, man. And the first microwave that came took up half your kitchen, man. Ice coming out the fridge and stuff, man. Kitchens are so crazy and high-tech now to what we had back in the day. Man, back in the day, we used to have to cruise forever just to, find a girl to hook up with, talk to, say what's up, this and that, just to, do something. And when it was cold outside, man, you'd be lucky you find anybody anywhere. You'd have to go inside somewhere and then, you got to deal with all these people trying to watch you talk to somebody and do your thing. Back in the day, it sucked. Nowadays, you guys can just hop online like you're watching me now and just talk to anybody you want, man. But then again, you never know if you're really talking to a girl, even if they send a picture, because you don't know. So I guess it wasn't so bad for us back in the day because we met eye to eye. Man, you guys are so lucky, man. You get all these channels on TV, all kind of stuff to watch, and never have to. I mean, you can watch the same thing twice you want because nowadays channels show the same thing sometimes at the same time. But there's always something, man. And you know, even if you can't sleep, 3 in the morning, turn the TV on. But back in the day, we had what, 12, 13 channels on a little dial, click, click, click. Wasn't a remote control, man. Couldn't just sit there and push the button. And one of the channels was UHF, man. And TV went off 10 o'clock, midnight at the latest. There was nothing after that. You get static screen, you know what I'm saying? Like on Poltergeist, man, little fuzz. I mean, that sucked because, you know, sometimes I'm a night owl. I like to stay up. But you guys are lucky. It sucked back in the day. No TV late at night for a night owl. Change is everywhere, man. You know, I mean, everybody's going to see something in their lifetime that they're just not going to even believe. I remember the first time I saw a movie called Demolition Man, where Sylvester Stallone walked in, was like lights, this and that, and just everything was like so crazy and high tech. And here we are just what, 10, 15 years later, and look at where we're at. Stuff like that used to scare me, man. I get afraid because humans are going to become lazy, you know, because everything's going to just come so easy to us. But that's what people want. They want an easy life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you'll see. I mean, my mother grew up, there wasn't even a television yet. You know, she was born in 1943. And, you know, I think they said something about the first colored TVs. People had these like screen things that you could put in front of your TV where it would be like red, blue, or green or something. It was like just crazy. And where we're at now, you know, we got flat screen TVs hang on the wall like a picture, man. But you'll see in your lifetime, as you go older, that you'll see that things change. And you can think, wow, back in the day, we didn't even have it like that. Back in my day, if you got lost, there wasn't no GPS, wasn't no cell phones, wasn't no nothing when you was a little kid or, you know, whatever. Just back people in my day, you know, like the 70s, you know, I was a young little boy, but like grown-ups and adults back then, man, could you imagine what it was like for them compared to what it is now? Life is getting easier, but at the same time, it's getting harder because in order to have the goodies, you got to have the money. And they're banking on that because, you know, you go buy something new in just a few short months, there's something more expensive that blows your stuff out the water. So if you want to share something below, man, about your thoughts on how things have changed from when you was a kid, be it a cartoon, be it a movie, be it whatever, share it, man. But for now, this is Digital Soul. It's been Off the Wall Monday, talking about stuff back in the day, in my day anyway. And I'll see you Wednesday with a video game review, alright? Peace. Psh.